Hi everybody, I hope you're all well. Welcome to another video on the channel. So this video is for that golfer who has gone down that rabbit hole of getting far too technical. There's too much going on in the mind and they just need to simplify things. Or the golfer who has just started out and they need some solid, stable foundations to think about with their golf swing. So I'm just going to break it down. Obviously the golf swing it gets this technical edge to it. It's very mechanical in its nature. So it's very easy for us to start overthinking and thinking that we need to have all these certain positions ticked off and swing it like a certain player. But really golf is a skill-based game. It requires great hand-eye coordination, and apart from it being a static sport, so we're not moving, the ball not moving and the target not moving, and we're not actually looking at our target, you know, there's a lot of parallels to other sports, tennis, throwing a ball, baseball. So let's simplify it. Well, first of all, what does the body do in the golf swing? It needs to rotate. We are obviously looking down at the golf ball and our target is over there. So straight away, there has to be some rotational element. So keeping it really simple, we turn around our spine, level up, turn back towards the target. And if you notice, when I do that, the leg action naturally pushes to the left and starts to rotate out the way this way. So there's naturally a leg action that precedes that motion of rotating out of the way. I get people to do this in the studio. They very rarely do they just throw with the arms. And if they do, you say, just get your legs involved in that action. And then all of a sudden there's this rotary element of the hips, the right knee kicks in, and the right foot now starts to move. So there's a rotational element to the golf swing, really, really important. So I like the idea of that medicine ball or throwing a rugby pass. But if I was to just throw this into the wall, like here, like this, that mimics to some extent the golf swing. So rotation is essential. So great drill for you there is to just get that feel of throwing an object back and forth with a medicine ball or a bag, something that's going to give you that feel. So the second part to this is obviously, well, we have to control the club head. The club head at the end of the shaft, we have to have some control over that, and that in terms of where it falls through space or through the ball and where it is aimed, square to the target. So that comes to our grip. Well, how do we grip the club? I'd like you to keep it really, really simple. Players have totally different grips, but I would look at how your forearms are hanging. You want to feel like your forearms are in the most relaxed position possible. We don't see people walking around like this all day. The arms hang freely from the shoulders and the forearms cup in slightly. So you can think about that in a way of if you had a whip in your hand with a handle or a fishing rod, or you was just trying to hammer a nail in, you could see how the position I would put my hand would be directly where I can set the wrist and create that lever to generate the speed. So I'm never going to try and hammer a nail in with the hand around here. The forearm's going to sit relaxed on top and I'm going to be able to create that lever. So that's a really important thing for you to think is, where are my forearms hanging? Are they hanging on top? This is naturally going to send the hands a little bit more this way. And then obviously that allows me to create the lever and the lag. So now we've got a rotational element from throwing the ball, but we don't just want to keep a stiff wrist. We now want to actually start feeling this lag and this snap of the whip or the crack of the whip through. And I can start to hear that speed through that swing now. So that's the second part of the equation. You've got throwing the medicine ball, and then you have got this feeling the lag of the club. Okay, so now we've got a club in our hand, and you have got rotation. and you've got feeling the energy of the club through a lag, and we're trying to sync these together now. But obviously the ball is not here. The ball is down there. So this is where the hard part comes in with golf from my experience of coaching, is getting yourself into a position that you can maintain that is down here by the ball. So obviously what we're trying to find is a position that is dynamic, that is balanced, that puts our hip line, our hips and our core at ease, and it allows us to freely rotate without any tension. So that comes to, right, we're going to fold or bend from the hips, and then we are going to softly flex into the knees and the ankles. Width of stance doesn't need to be super wide, just kind of in between the shoulders, fine. So now we've got this position. That is the most uncomfortable part of the golf swing. We are over, eyes on the ball, target over there, quite unnatural. But if we can try and apply both of those earlier thoughts to it, even if we start to gradually lower ourselves, so this is where the ball is, this is where the ball is, lower again, and then down by the ball, we've got a good chance of starting to create a pretty free-flowing action, free-flowing golf swing, not too many things that are out of sync, and hopefully you can start to become pretty consistent golfer from there. So that's a great start base for you. If you're starting out, hopefully you can take just something out of that, whether that's that idea of, well, actually, yeah, I'm just rotating, or it's the idea of, yes, I am gripping the club with the forearms on top, or the idea that it is still just a motion, not a hack at an object that is down there. I hope that makes sense. There's my thoughts on simplifying the golf swing. Any questions, just leave them in the comment section below. And yeah, if you like this video, like and subscribe.